Gymnasium, where the crowd really wants to get into this. The band is pounding. We gave you the score as 53-34, I think it was. 53-35, I'm sorry. And what they did is gave the 1 point when Germano dropped that foul. They gave it to Chicago Falls. They should have given it to Barberton. The score stands right now 52-36 with Falls on top by 16. They played it even, Barberton did, in the second quarter, 20-20, but that's not good enough when you're down by 16, Brian. Let's look at the first half numbers.
Well, the numbers will show it, especially in that first quarter with 32 points for Cuyahoga Falls. Some very interesting statistics as they develop, and let's look at them here. 61% for the Tigers in their shooting, 5 out of 7, 72%. Free throws 100 for the Magics, 13 of 26, 50%, but they usually put that basketball up a lot more than 26 times. Rebounding's pretty even, but look at the turnovers, Mike. What a difference. And
I think they gave up 20 points on 10 of those turnovers. Barberton, the Magics, will inbound to start the second half. They're down by 16. And everyone is starting with their regular starters. Except that Palmer now is in for Barberton. Oh, nice pass into Simpson. Nice move for the big man. He has 6 points. 52-38.
Nice sharp passing to start the third quarter for Barberton.
They're getting in to Eggers again. The basket will not count, and that's going to be a foul called against Bittlingmeyer. That is his first. Kramer, and going to be a backcourt called against Cuyahoga Falls.
Eggers, of course, back in. He got to rest a little bit in that second quarter, but all over him now is Bittlingmeyer on defense. It'll be an interesting matchup underneath.
And going one way was Simpson, and it's going to be a held ball. It'll belong to Cuyahoga Falls. Simpson faked one way, went the other, and the ball went to his fake. He couldn't hang on to it, so it's almost really another turnover against Barberton. 7:21 to go, third quarter. And they're going to call Palmer for a blocking foul. His first, team second, so early here in the third quarter. 2 team fouls against Magic. All Eggers got to do is just raise his arms and look over everyone.
He looks it over.
Evans saved the ball from going in the backcourt. Eggers does. Boy, that man is getting tighter, isn't it? There goes Nelson. Great block. Super job by Germano. And the loose ball picked up by Simpson. Long pass. Bittlingmeyer. And a block by Eggers. Germano gets it back, and now he has an even 20 points. And almost saved. Quick hands by Germano. Boy, he's doing it all. He's scoring, he's boarding, he's stealing.
They're trying to bring the fans into it, and that's one of the few times now that they get the fans in, and that always helps the Magic here in their home court.
52-40, the lead cut to 12. It was 16 as we started the second half. And getting himself open, dropping it in for 3. Hackham. He now has 13 points. He's got 2 3-pointers, and that's his first scoring since the first quarter. Nice shot by Palmer. He gets his first points of the game. Hackham being chased by Morgan. Meach gives it to Hackham and rolls out. And loose ball picked up by Bittlingmeyer. Here come the Magics. Bad pass, trying to force it inside. Loose ball picked up by Morgan. Gets it over to Biddlingmeyer. And Simpson gets the rebound, and he is fouled. They'll call this one for reaching in against Steve Kramer. That's his second.
Well, it went so fast with Biddlingmeyer after the shot in there. Kramer wasn't in position. All of a sudden, the man is coming down hard on him. He didn't have much of a chance to get into a defensive position. There's the rebound. You can see how fast it came off. And Kramer is just standing there trying to dig the ball out. The official called a foul.
Simpson goes to the line for the first time. 68% shooter. He'll be shooting a pair. .43-55. And that's 7 points now for Bronze. 3-year starter, and they're looking, a lot of Division I schools looking at him for his track ability. In the 200 and 400, he came in third in the state last year. 44-55. The lead now cut to 11. Hackham's got it, and Morgan's right on him. McCartney comes back in for the Falls. And they wanted a traveling called on that one against Kramer. You're an official. This is a tough place to work. They see everything. And out of bounds, a turnover against the Falls.
Falls have had 3 turnovers there already coming up, and they're just having trouble getting that basketball in. Mike, there's your leading scorers.
Meach and Germano both tied at 20. Meach hasn't scored here in the first 3 minutes, or 2 minutes and 50 seconds of the third quarter.
There's a 2-2-1 pressure, at least semi-pressure, that the Tigers will put on, and they should drop back into a zone.
Biddlingmeyer, for his size at 6'6", is a good dribbler, good ball handler. But Morgan is something else. 5'8". Kramer loves him. The pass was intended for Germano, and Simpson picked it off. Eggers looking inside. Nice steal by Simpson. Goes up for it, and it counts. And they're going to call Kramer for another foul here in this second half.
Like a timeout's called by Cuyahoga Falls, because they can feel it, just like everybody here in the Barberton gym can see the difference as we watch the fast break. Simpson trying to go up, he can't get it down all the way. It didn't look like it'd go through, but it fell in there. Kramer on the side. Kramer's picked up his second foul in a row, trying to play the defense against the quick Magic basketball team. So now we have a 55-46 game.
And right after this quarter, we'll be taking you back to the station for high school scoreboards. There probably won't be many because of the inclement weather. And the weather outside is frightful, but I'll tell you, the basketball inside is delightful, isn't it?
It sure is heated up in here. And this quarter now with a timeout by Cuyahoga Falls. In that first half, they were able to, number one, beat the Magic press and also then get into their game.
Tim Rogers, who is the sports writer for the Cleveland Plain Dealer, handles the Akron-Canton area, sending me a lot of the clippings because he's been following the Falls and the Magic. And I want to thank him, Tim. Thanks for all your help. But the momentum has just swung, and the tempo belongs to Barberton. This is what they want. And the lead with the 16 at the end of the first quarter and also 16 at the end of the half now has been cut to 9. And Simpson can convert on a three-point play here. And he does. He's 3 from 3 from the line. He's got a total of 9 points. 55-47. Lead now down, we cut to 8. Kramer, he gets it into McCartney. They're looking for help. And he's blocked at trying to get down the baseline. Good defense being played by Damron. And the loose ball is picked up by Hackham. That was a 4-point swing right there.
Look at the long pass down the floor.
And they get it inside. They save it. And it's going to be a foul against Kramer. That'll give him 4, and it will count for Germano.
That's that quick offense that after you score, you better get back on defense. We had a nice corner shot by Hackham, but Simpson saved the pass, got it into Germano. He goes up. Ball's going to jump around. It does go in, and number 22, Kramer, gets called for the personal foul.
Steve Kramer, a great ball handler, now has to sit down with 4 fouls, and we still have a quarter and a half to play. Woodman drop for Germano. That's the first one he's missed tonight, but he's got a total of 22 points. And that means that Hackham has got to bring the ball up the floor, and they're going to call a foul on Bidlingmeyer for reaching in. That's his second. No, they're going to call it on Germano. So Germano has 2 and only 1 now for Bidlingmeyer. 57-49. Slowly, the Magic are cutting into that lead.
Well, Eggers went up for the rebound that time.
And they're going to call Eggers for reaching in on Simpson. Eggers now has 2. And that is the 4th team foul against the Falls.
Simpson really was trying to get the ball against Eggers to get it out of bounds. They're going, Eggers goes here. He didn't get the clear shot. Bidlingmeyer again is stuffed. Oh, there you can see the hack across, so the foul took place.
Boy, is Eggers eager, though. He missed the shot, gets it, tries to go right back up with it.
Well, they got to get Meach and Eggers back into some scoring to loosen up for Hackham out front.
Simpson leaves the lineup, and the guard now bringing it up in the forecourt and almost losing it is Bidlingmeyer. He looked for help in the person of Damron. Damron replacing Simpson. He's going to get to give some help to Bidlingmeyer. Damron dishes it off. Nice pass to base. Wouldn't go. Follow is no good by Germano. Outlet pass comes to Karras. Basket will not count. It's going to be a foul. It's either going to be against Morgan or Germano. It's going to be against Germano. That's 3 on the big man.
Quick outlet pass brought that ball down fast, and Meach going up, and you can see the defense they needed. Otherwise, they had the easy one. The ball was coming out of the cylinder. The basket didn't count by Eggers. So we'll get 2 shots here at the free throw line by Meach.
Meach is 4 for 4 from the line. 74% shooter. Averaging just under 20 points a game. A 6'5" senior, 3-year starter, and carries a 3.9 in a classroom. 41, you see, Tony Palmer, a junior, 6'2" for Barberton, comes in the lineup. Out goes Germano. Germano leaves with 3 personals and 22 points. And they couldn't get to that one to drop. Damron, no. Bidlingmeyer gets it. He fakes it to Germano, and it's going to count, and another foul. This is going to be, I think, on Rob Karras for a reach-in. So Damron gets his 4th point of the game. The foul was on Karras. I was right. That's his 2nd personal. There it is. I'm sorry, Brian. Hackham. Follow.
Oh, Hackham got nailed in the corner. Where are they going to call it?
He was on the line.
On the line.
(57-51). The Falls in this quarter have been outscored by 10 points. It'll be inbounded now by the Magics. Simpson comes back in the lineup. So does Morgan. Bad pass. It was a fake. No whistle, and Simpson with a strong rebound. LeBron's doing the job. What did he get down in a hurry? That's what happens when you have fresh legs. Dameron looking.
Harris tried to
Simpson
save
picks
it.
it up. It's getting a little sloppy. Morgan followed by Dameron. He now has 6. 57-53, and the crowd is surely in this one. Careless. McCartney looking for Eggers down low.
Double over the right side.
Pick put on by Eggers. Four meets it, didn't work. Then Simpson goes high for another rebound. McCartney all over him. 57-53. Minute 21 to go, third quarter. And rebound to McCartney. He goes to Karras, picked up by Morgan. Now Morgan goes to Hackham. Eggers got it. And they're going to call Palmer for pushing from behind against Eggers. So Palmer now gets his second personal. And that is the 15th foul. Both teams will now be in the bonus situation.
See if Biddlingmeyer will go on Eggers underneath when he gets a chance. He does a pretty good job on it, at least he did in that first part of the third quarter, to slow up Eggers' scoring and Meach's scoring. Remember, Meach had 20 points in the first half and hasn't been able to do much at this point.
Eggers goes to the line. He's 0 for 1 so far. He now has 13 points. See if he can convert on the second of the 1-and-1. And he builds the Falls lead to 5, 58-53. And a nice rebound wouldn't go, though, for McCartney. And Simpson just fighting him. Boy, McCartney is really harassing Simpson. 3 for Biddlingmeyer. And that gives him his 8th point. And it's a 2-point lead now for Falls. Big trip down here for Cuyahoga Falls. They got to get something going. Eggers looking. McCartney. Simpson on him. He drives the line, and they're going to call Simpson for a blocking foul. 33 seconds to go. The Tigers have only scored 7 points in this quarter. Or 6 points, I'm sorry, 6 points in this quarter. Simpson gets his second personal. And you're looking at now T.J. Nelson. He's going to be the third guard. They've got a small lineup in here now. McCartney and Hackham. There's another substitute for Barberton. This is Jeremy Dameron. At the line will be McCartney.
They bring him off the bench, don't they, Mike? They just keep coming at you.
Yeah, now he'll get the chance to convert on the 1-and-1. That is now the 5th point for McCartney. He had 9 the first time these two teams met. But it's a 59-56. And a rebound and came down to Nelson, but it's stolen by Biddlingmeyer. This is Travis, number 11, Jeff Travis. He's a sophomore, played with the JV team, and he comes in for Morgan to give him some rest. 59-56, 3-point lead. Falls, 9 seconds to go, playing for the last shot. Up and no good. Follow though is going to be good by Dameron. 59-58 as a quarter in. What a comeback. Now it's time for scoreboard. at Jack Greynolds Stadium. And Brian, the only way you can describe this, the magic is back.
It certainly was in that third quarter. They came out with the same defense. The pressure of it had started to work. They couldn't get the ball into Eggers and Meach, and they were red hot as far as their shooting is concerned. They had 9 of 18. The Falls only connected on 2 of 10. They couldn't get that ball into the big guys, Meach and Eggers inside. And then they had the foul problem with Kramer, where he picked up those quick defensive fouls, and he was hustling back on defense, was left alone when after the ball, picked up the fouls. He's had 4. He went out to the bench. That also sparked the Magics then as they came up. And they're in a roll. They have everybody in purple here cheering him, as you can hear in the background, to start the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah, they love their Magic. Barberton. Roger Kramer brings back Germano. He has got 3 personal, 3-4 blanks for Barberton. And 4, of course, for Kramer for Cuyahoga Falls. Oh, my! Morgan, another 3. That gives him 6 points, and all of those points from the three-point range. And for the first time in a long time, Barberton takes the lead by 2, 61-59. And a travel call against Meach. I wonder if that is weary legs.
Brought Coach Cobb up from the bench.
Roger Kramer here in 3 years, 48-12 at Barberton. Germano loses. It was partially hit by Eggers as he shot it.
Nice defensive play.
And Henry Cobb in 3 years, 50-14. 2 great coaches. 59-51. Germano's got it. Up the glass.
Nice body control on the play with Germano to slow up, come up, and bank it.
24, another steal. Germano gets his own rebound, goes back up. He's caught. Oh, it goes out of bounds. Knocked out by Nelson. Germano's high this year was 28. His average is just about 16. He already has 24.
And most of the time, he's the 6th man coming in off the bench. Of course, playing an awful lot here tonight. And we're looking now at the subs coming in at Cuyahoga Falls.
You'd imagine what it would be like if you had Tron Jenkins, who averages 21, scored 25 the last time these two teams met, 59% shooter from the floor. And he is not playing. Whoa! Whoa! Another three-pointer, that by Bidlingmeyer. And he's got 11 points. 66-59.
Eggers really backed into that basket, put it in there, and bounced it off the glass.
And he now has 15 points, which is his season average. From outside again. He wouldn't drop. The Falls now 2 of 5 three-pointers, 7, 13 for Barberton. Of course, the only person that really hits free throws is nice pass inside to Meeks, but he was fouled by Simpson. That's 3 on the big man, Brown Simpson. I was started to say before, they only have one person who shoots three-pointers. I think it was Meach, is 1 for 1 so far this season, and that was last weekend. 58% by Hackham, but the defense is stopping him from putting him up.
The only thing you can say now is for Cuyahoga Falls, the last 3 times they got it into Meach, and he got fouled again, and Eggers has a basket, so they found the underneath man again in the start of the fourth quarter.
Germano. Whoa, loose ball. Mackham, boy, is he quick. And a blocking foul is going to be called against Germano, and the basket is going to count. Eggers now with his 17th point and can make it a three-point play.
Well, this started at the far end of the court with Hackham getting the ball, coming to the middle, into Meach, getting into Eggers. And we can see the play before here with Eggers going up against the glass and getting his basket.
So that'll put Eggers to the line. He right now is 1 of 4. Or make that 1 of 3. That gives them 18 points, and the Magic's lead is cut to 2, 66-64, 5:52 to go. That's Travis, only the sophomore. Oh my, a nice screen put on by Dameron, and goes in for
and Hackham comes right back with his point. They're heating up again, Mike, for the shooters.
It sure is. 17 and still a 2 for Hackham. And a holding call, I think, is going to be called against Meach. It is. Meach now has his second personal. And that will send Simpson to the line. He is 3 for 3.
Well, he's playing the aggressive defensive position halfway across to the side, almost fronting the man. There's the alley-oop pass, and Meach went up high, but they said he shoved off.
And he'll get a chance to get the bonus shot. He now has 10 points. But he's done a grand job on the boards for them. Very strong rebounder. He had tendinitis last year, but he's healthy now. And the lead goes back to 4, 70-66. Barberton, a team that's averaging 98 points a ball game, has 8 games well over 100 so far this season. Kramer back in the lineup. Blanks picks him up very quickly. Trying to front on Egger, and he couldn't, Billingsmeyer couldn't get it done, and now it's 20 points for Eggers. From 3. Eggers, what a job. Hackham from 2. Misses, rebound off the blank. They give it to Travis. He loses it from behind. The caught was McCartney reaching back. He gets his first. That stops the clock with 4:37 to go in the game. And it is a 2-point lead, 70-68. And that will put Travis to the line. Only a sophomore, but a good free throw shooter, 72%.
That was a good defensive gamble. He didn't reach in, he didn't reach across. He came up underhand with the palm straight up going up, and many times you won't get called for the personal if you do it that way. This time they felt there was some contact, so it'll be a 1-and-1 at the other end of the floor with the Magic shooting.
Billingsmeyer leaves, and Germano comes in. Just wouldn't go down, and a nice strong rebound by Scott Meach. Kramer gets it up to Hackham. Egger goes to the open man, McCartney. McCartney now has 7 points, and it's all tied up at 70. It's tied up at 12, and now it's tied up at 70. Germano, no, air ball. Right into Kramer's hands, and it turnover. Kramer couldn't hang on. It goes out of bounds to the Magic. And now Billingsmeyer comes in very quickly. Leaving is Jeremy Dameron.
Well, I'm glad you keep track of all the substitutions, Mike.
Well, I'll tell
they
you.
just keep coming at you. That's the Barberton Ball Club with a deep bench. But out there with the Tigers fighting hard. That time Kramer lost it, took his eye off the dribble, and went out of bounds. The Magics take it in.
Dangerous pass, Kramer, no, or Morgan. This is to Hackham. And they're going to call a foul against Jack Morgan, his second. Clock showing 3:49, all knotted up at 70. At the line, Landon Hackham, a 3-year starter, an honor society student. And they say he feels that baseball probably is his best sport because of his size. His future probably is in baseball. You may notice on his left strap is a black patch. About 4 years ago, his brother, who was an outstanding basketball player, reside in a very tragic accident. As a matter of fact, two of the players, Humble, who was another one, who at that time was the leading scorer in Falls history, and now Hackham holds that record. And he said he's just doing it for his brother. He's dedicated the whole season to him. And knocked out of bounds, out of Germano's hands. It'll be inbounded by the Magics. They're down by 2, 70-72. This game is everything we thought it would be. And that pass forcing it inside. And Bidling-Meyer wanted it to Germano, and picked off by McCartney.
Kramer setting up the offense out front.
Kramer ends up with the ball again, trying to reset it up. He gives it off to Hackham, who will fight to get open. Does and won't drop. And big strong rebound, and reaching in from behind was McCartney. That's his second. And that's going to put Germano at the line with a chance to tie it up.
Second time McCartney has been caught with a reach in. He got away with it a play before when the ball went down on the other end of the court, and he pushed it away. Here's the rebound after the shot by Hackham, and then you can see coming across McCartney with the foul. It'll go to the other end, and they'll go for their free throw shots. 1-1.
Germano is 6 of 7. This is on the front end of a 1-and-1. It'll be inbounded by the Black Tigers. 3:02 to go in the game. I think they got Morgan just harassing him, and they call him on a block against Hackham, but they're just trying to tire out Hackham.
Right, the two of them are so quick, and Morgan said if you're going to bring that ball up the court, Jack Morgan's going to be all over you. He's picked up a couple fouls in doing it. But again, as you mentioned, Hackham has to work so hard to get free. The shots haven't been falling here in the second half.
So he'll be shooting a 1-and-1. He's one now of 74% shooter. He now has 18 points.
And the first time these two teams met, Barberton won by 1 point, 82-81 at Falls.
That's 19th for the young man. And now Falls has a 4-point lead. Treated nice inside. What a beautiful reverse layup by Simpson. And he draws the foul. What a great move by the big man.
We get a chance to see it. We can see a good drive down the middle. The pass just got in there. Leach going across, and the foul is on number 32. McCartney coming across.
The 2-point lead now for Barberton.
Oh!
And too hard a pass for Kramer from Eggers. So it's a turnover to the Magic, and a timeout is going to be called by Barberton. Coach Kramer and his staff want some time to talk this over. They're down by 2 with 2:43 to go in the game. Boy, this is something else.
Coming down, they had that great third quarter by Barberton, where they did the scoring with 22 points, looking very sharp. But here in this quarter, evenly matched, the two teams just going back and forth with 2:43 on the clock. Barberton decided to call their timeout. And with that, of course, the Tigers, the Black Tigers from Cuyahoga Falls, get a chance to rest their big guys, Eggers and McCartney and Meach. And there it is, Mike. If you figure all that out, we're going to know exactly what's going to happen next. It's Coach Roger Kramer drawing the diagram for the Barberton Magic Ball Club.
Boy, the intensity of this game. These coaches, Henry Cobb and Roger Kramer, were the best of friends when they were assistant coaches. Henry replaced Roger at Cuyahoga Falls, and now with this great rivalry, and it's included in football and everything else, they two great communities. It's just almost impossible for them to be close friends again. So there's your scores by quarters. The third quarter outscored them 22-7, and now it's a 14-15.
This is
for
quite a
Cuyahoga
sports
Falls,
league.
so Germano from 3, no. Simpson with the rebound. Off the glass, yes. Simpson now has 15. And it's all knotted up at 74. Third time this game's been tied.
Boy, did he take position with authority, with a spin around, with the elbow flying. Knocked everybody away and dumped it in.
He sure knows how to muscle. It's amazing. They've got Germano now guarding against Simpson, another rebound. Germano is guarding now Hackham. Boy, that's a mismatch. All knotted at 74. Simpson out to the wing. Blank looking. Well, they got that 1-2-2, and they're chasing Germano.
They're chasing, and they're really chasing all over now, kind of belly up now. Hackham and Morgan are going at each other.
He's going to take time off the clock, apparently.
Well, the defense is so strong, and they just can't get that ball in.
Almost stolen by Kramer, and tries to pass it in. It's knocked away, picked up by Morgan. He saves it and gets it up to Biddlemeyer.
Went down awful hard on his ankle, Mike. He's okay.
No, he's limping. Well, now
they are making it interesting.
Minute exactly. The 5-second count. And he loses the ball. Picked up by Kramer. 47 seconds. And timeout's going to be called by Cuyahoga Falls. That was a calculated gamble, trying to hold it for almost a minute. They held it, about 50 seconds. But it's all knotted up at 74.
They're just about to get a 5-second call, and they moved it in, and they lost it. Up on the Kramer coming up with it, set her to the center, and Coach Cobb called a timeout. In that first half, Meach had 20 points, and in the second half, we got him down with only about 3 shots. So they've really taken away Meach's inside game for Cuyahoga Falls, and it's been one of the problems they had. But in this quarter, they're starting to move it inside a little bit. 45 seconds, Mike. These two teams are going down to the wire again.
Last year, the Falls beat Barberton to 2 games. Year before, the Magic beat the Falls to 2 games. Right now, Barberton won the first one. The Falls want to get a split. And an interesting little sidebar here. They have a record they have kept in the 100 years. And they have right now 999 wins, Barberton does. With about 4 years they can't account for, and they're asking for the information. But this could be the 1,000th win based upon the information that they've been able to grab over these many years. 42 seconds. Loose ball.
They're going to be a foul, Mike.
Yep, they're going to call that one on Morgan, and that's going to be 4 on him.
Kramer had a nice lead pass to the inside. Morgan was just following, trying to go with.
Hackham will be going there for a 1-and-1. He is 3 for 3 at the line. 32 seconds on the clock. That was a big one. That's his 20th point. Now they got a 2-point lead. 32 seconds to go. You go for a 3-pointer?
Well,
you go work. He's got some good 3-point shooters. You just get the 2 and go for the tie. And it's a loose ball. Picked up very quickly.
Well, there's a 3.
3 is good. 18 seconds. And counting. There's the time. And a timeout is going to be called by Cuyahoga Falls. Morgan hit that 3, and that is his 3rd one of the game. All 9 points came from 3-point range, and it gives the Magic a 1-point lead. 77-76. The clock showing 10.
They said would they go for the 2 or the 3? They went for the open shot. They have a lot of confidence in all of their shooters, and that time Jack Morgan, number 21, the 5'8 junior, played such a great game defensively as a great three-point shooter. At least we've seen that tonight. Went over to the side, over his offensive left, and just fired up from the range, put it in. Got that ball down to half court for Cuyahoga Falls. The Tigers call a timeout. We have 10 seconds on the board. Home team, the Magic's ahead, 77-76. 10 seconds, a chance for the Falls to get a shot up there.
Oh, look at this. Hackham with 23. Germano with 24. Oh, my heavenly days. What a game. I'll tell you what, folks, we're going to sit right back here with you and watch it. Kramer gets it into Hackham. Oh! And it's good. Time runs out. Scott Meach gets his first points in the second half.
But
wait a minute.
I think they said there's 1 second left.
Okay.
1 second when the timeout came in. That's the only thing I can interpret from the momentum going over. They did put one back on the board, so the basket is good. Now, they haven't put the score up there at all, Mike.
No, they're still 77. There it is. Now
okay,
it's 78.
78-77. But they said 1 second remaining on the clock when the timeout was called by Barberton. Who'd you give that field goal to?
That was Meach.
No, Kramer was in the corner. He fired it up. I almost thought his second bounce was going to go in, but it was Meach that came across. And with a second left, put it up in there, and then a timeout was called. So we have another timeout to make sure exactly what's going out here. I have Barberton, of course, it's academic now with 4 timeouts. Falls still have 1 to go.
Oh, Lord.
Wouldn't expect it to use it, but we'll see what can happen in 1 second.
The irony of it all, the last time was 82-81. This time it's 78-77. Remember, the clock will start the moment it touches one of the players. And a timeout is called by Cuyahoga Falls. They want to see exactly what type of offense that the Barberton was going to put in there.
Oh, my. There's someone trying to follow the game. It is a nerve-wracking game, depending on which side you're looking at. 78-77. Falls on top. They call their 4th and final timeout to see what the offensive set would be of Barberton, which now they may switch around somewhat. They just want to see where the pass is going to come from. As Mike said, it won't tick until somebody touches that ball. Interesting to see who they get it down to on a turn and a fire up.
You know, I was talking to Jim Borchek, the assistant coach, and he said that a lot of the fans say Germano reminds them of Hot Rod Williams. You know, the way he plays, he does.
He can put that ball in, and he plays an awful lot of basketball. They are deep on their bench. The score was 32-16. Cuyahoga Falls getting off to a great first quarter, and after that, Barberton very strong. But now we're down to the final tip.
Now, you can't foul. That is the thing that I think that Henry Cobb is going to be concerned about. It's going to be a long pass. They're going to have to allow them to catch it, but they try and knock it away. It's all over but the shouting. Here we go.
No basket.
Great follow, but it didn't work. What a great game.
'78, Cuyahoga Falls, 77, 1 second left. They got it down there. If there were 2 seconds left in this ball game, the score would have gone the other way. The basket did go in, but of course the time was definitely off the clock. The second it ticked away. And when the ball went in, it was that close, but there was no time left on the scoreboard. So it'll go down in the books for the Tigers of Cuyahoga Falls, 78. The Magics from Barberton at 77. They now have their first loss. They were 18-0, ranked number 1 in the state of Ohio. Came into this game number 1 in their conference, which has turned into be such a tough sports conference in all sports. Last year from the conference, Stowe went down through the regional into the state, and at